Practice is important too, baby. I put the work in everywhere. We out of here.
Alright, DJ, let's get some shots up. Here's what we're gonna do.
I'm letting it go exactly the same. Yeah.
Not bad, DJ. You better.
Have they really called that 6 for 10? That's cool. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Alright, DJ, let's get everyone over here and let's get started. Let's go!
Fuck. Nice move, Nance. Nice move, Larry. Bitch ass nigga. Forgot Julius is gonna go left. Left hand bandit.
Money, DJ!
Oh, too early.
Were you out late last night or what? Come on, DJ.
Next time, man. Next time.
Man, there was only 4 buckets on me, man. Calm that down like you ain't gonna give me 3 stars, man.
Alright, DJ, let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do. That's what I want to see. That's one way to do it. But the best way is one way.
Let's get at these dudes. And I'm coming in purple.
Looks like. It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm joined by the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Portland Trail Blazers up against the Los Angeles Lakers. Taking a look at the Lakers, they're currently holding on to the best record in the league. Not the conference, the league. They've been head and shoulders above the competition this season. Hey, a chance now to watch CJ McCollum in action. Definitely one of the sharpshooters in the league. But you don't often hear his name mentioned among the elite. Do you guys feel like he may be underrated as a shooter?
I think he's definitely underrated. He's as dead-eye as most players in the league. Incredible percentages from the floor and from beyond the arc. This guy can shoot the ball.
What probably people forget about is the fact that he can get to the rim so easily. That's why they don't pay attention to the dead-eye shooting. But he's a dead-eye shooter.
Sure
Right,
is.
Jack?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was an audible yawn we heard from that side of the set. What gives?
That's because I'm dead-eye tired. That was terrible.
Whatever that.
No, that was good.
Kevin Harlan. He understands everything, and he's
I had
standing
too
by
many
with the
donuts.
call next.
Oh, that's perfect. That lets me know which ones I'm not looking for. Those are the guys. The alternates.
Me humble. Sit down. Me humble. Sit down. Me humble. Sit down. Me humble. Sit down. Me humble. Sit down.
And welcome everyone to another presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. In the last meeting for these two teams, the Lakers came away with the win against Portland. They've got a nice head start on this season series, up 2 games to none.
Away from home, you got to execute, and they did that flawlessly.
And that's what it comes down to, execution, especially when you're on the road. Can you follow your game plan? I thought they were awesome in that game.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Luke Walton played 10 seasons in the NBA, but it wasn't until near the end in 2011 that he started to consider coaching. Walton says, I never thought about it until I hurt my back. Now, while he was out of action, Phil Jackson invited him to sit in on the coaches' meetings. Walton said, I realized that I like that side of the game. Kevin, he succeeded Phil Jackson as head coach of the Lakers. Back to you.
It definitely did, David. He won titles when he played for the Lakers. Now he'll try to bring that winning mindset back to L.A. Look, I'm assuming as we move closer to the start of the playoffs, these teams now, these individual players really feeling the physical toll of the regular season.
Yeah, especially the guys that play quite a bit during the regular season, that play big minutes, your starters and main rotational players. And quite honestly, nobody's 100% healthy, but the teams that prevail best are deep and have avoided injuries and have done a really good job of taking care of their bodies and finding opportunities to rest during the season, whether it be in practice situations or in game situations.
And now the Lakers starting group, all out there with the captain. Then there's Wells. Then it's
my boy.
And it's Randall in at the power forward position.
Early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now still trying to find its way.
Took him no time at all on that one. Wells has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Gotta respect the long-range shot of Wells. Can certainly drain these perimeter jumpers.
There's the screen. Lillard attacking. That one misses. Towns with the defensive effort.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
You know, Ball, despite the quirkiness of the shot, he does have a quick release, so you got to know he's a threat to score whenever he has it in his hands.
Here's Hart. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia.
Yo, Towns is hot right now.
Gets the ball. Lakers passing it around. Tries again.
Hey, Randall.
Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Man, he got 2 blocks and a steal
hang around on the glass. I mean,
Towns is
how he
balling,
generates
man.
a number of scores, and he does it pretty much every game.
Man.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And up to this point on the season, he's set a pace of right around 73% when he gets to the line.
Start the game out of McCollum. They're going to switch me mid-game. Then I'm going to go back on McCollum again. 4th quarter.
And that one misses.
And, you know, he was a high pick in 2014. Randall played just 14 minutes as a rookie. Broke his tibia. But since then, he's bounced back nicely.
Here's Hart. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Just 5 to shoot. Near the 3-point line, it's McCollum. And that one comes up a bit short. And here's the fast break. Wells leading the way. Here's Ball. Here's Randall.
Hey, Randall, look at my bigs, man. My bigs are playing so beautifully right now. That's what I'm saying.
Shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Now, here's Lillard. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia.
And, you know, Kevin, his creativity really on display that night. I mean, he was threading beautiful passes everywhere.
Here's ball. Following the score by Damian Lillard. Towns kicks to Wells. Pass to Chapman. Shot from 16. And he overshot that one, missing.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Knocked away. 13 feet away. No good on the shot. Los Angeles leading by 7. All sorts of time. Connects the jumper drops.
Unselfish, good vision. Nice dime by Julius.
Blazers on offense, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
And the big problem, they got trigger happy. Shot a very low percentage
good pass
beyond the arc.
And you know, Greg, to me that's baffling. I'm not sure why they didn't do some dine-in eating. Go inside and eat instead of all that work in the drive-through behind the arc.
Now here's Randall. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. And a shot by Wells, no good. Portland's gone 0-2 from deep here. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Here's Hart. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles.
I'm back to square. Fuck.
Here's Chapman.
Good.
He dishes it to Ball. Pass to Chapman. 6 on the shot clock. Chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
Do it again.
Down low. And he's to jam it in.
That's what I'm talking about.
Having a big who can locate the open man.
Because they ain't let me get that left hand layup. That's what they should have did. Come on now.
Trailblazers trail by 11. So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
You know, you watch Carl Anthony Towns, and he just epitomizes the future of the NBA big man. Extremely versatile, gets it done inside and outside at both ends of the floor, and has a fluidity to his game that belies his size.
And with Towns and him being the future of the NBA big men, the numbers he's put up at a young age are staggering. Clark just looks like a guard out there sometimes.
Well, there's a good reason for that, Kevin. You know, Towns actually played guard before a big growth spurt. I think that clearly helped with his skills, and that's why he's so comfortable creating. It's a perfect situation for a guy like him to revolutionize what a low block player can do.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a three-point opportunity.
Full throttle, pedal to the metal, attacking basketball. I like that.
And the first one drops. And one of the most dangerous shooters in the league, Damian Lillard, only needs a sliver of daylight, Greg, to get that baby off.
Yeah, I mean, he'll brush off the comparisons to Steph Curry, but he presents some of the same problems for the defense. Deep range, a quick release, and just one of the nastiest step-back jumpers in the game.
Well, free throws good from Lillard. And Lakers head coach Luke Walton got his start as an NBA coach in Golden State as a top assistant. He said, looking back, he would have paid to coach under Steve Kerr with everything he's learned.
Wow, that's a high compliment from Walton. Kerr and Walton have very similar personalities, too. I mean, both are pretty even-keeled, low-key kind of guys. And when Kerr's back surgery sidelined him, Walton led the Warriors to the best start in NBA history. Pretty amazing.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the threes and the twos last season for the Trailblazers.
And their offense centered around the three-point shot. That was the guiding principle on every trip. Their first goal was finding an open look beyond the arc, getting that extra point every chance they could. Yeah, but you have to like the mentality to get inside, even though they're struggling to finish.
Yeah, I love the mentality getting inside. I mean, they've been bottled up in there, but when you attack the paint, generally good things are going to happen for you.
Now, here's Lillard. After the miss from Carl Anthony Towns, cuts off the pass. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Lakers.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
True shot.
That's good from Chapman. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Hart.
All right, Bees. Me and you, baby.
And so he hits both. Well, we know just how athletic the NBA has become since its inception. Clark, even from when you played, just how much faster and stronger has the game become?
I would say if we were going to try to put a percentage on it, I think it's grown 60, 70% in terms of athleticism. And a lot of it is attributable to the training advances that have been made in sports science and sports medicine and sports performance. And that's benefited and aided the players greatly. And then you have players that have really bought into nutrition and year-round maintenance of their bodies and taking advantage of this technology to enhance performance. And then it becomes a herd mentality. More and more of the guys are doing it, and more of them are benefiting from this enhanced training. So I'd say it's at least 70% better than 30 years ago.
So it's Portland now. After the miss from Karl Anthony Towns, 4 on the clock, and here's McCollum for 3. It's good, he scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3. To the wing on the left, here's Chapman, not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. Chapman's got 10 points. Trailblazers trail by 14. Lillard outside. It's Beasley on the wing. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Julius Randle picks one up. We always talk about what a good shot is from time to time. Clark, how would you define a good shot in the context of an offensive possession?
To me, Kevin, a good shot is a shot that a guy can make 60 to 80% of the time when he takes it. Whether that's a three-point shot, your post-up moves, your mid-range jump shots. Those are quality shots. And then the other piece of it is you don't want to take a lot of contested shots. You can make them as a pro, but good shots are shots you can make 60 to 80% of the time, and usually that means you're getting open shots versus contested shots.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Zeller's checked in, and Los Angeles making a change here as well. Nance is checked in. Chapman the pass to Towns. The shot's good from Nance. Nance has got his first bucket of the night.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Trailblazers making a switch here. Tucker's checked in, and Los Angeles making a change here as well. Brook Lopez is checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Wells' shot is good.
Hey, Wells is simply an offensive machine, and he's really confident shooting off the catch.
Now, here's Lillard. Great numbers on a nightly basis as he averages over 24 points a game. Beasley with it. Now, guarded by Chapman. Beasley sets a screen for Zeller. Back to Beasley. 5 to shoot.
Yeah, I'm going to take that because I missed the rotation.
Here's Chapman. He's coming off an unbelievably high-scoring game. There's the dish to Wells. The pass to Chapman. Nance's screen on Beasley.
Hey.
Chapman, that's good. Chapman's got 12 points in the game.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row.
from the paint. And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Now here's Zeller. He's had some
No
playing
mismatches.
time, but no scoring.
No mismatches.
Throws up.
Ain't no mismatches.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Clearly in great rhythm. They've got it going on. I mean, in a big way. Excellent job at establishing a huge lead early on.
Here's Beasley. After the basket by Los Angeles. And that one is good.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Lopez a screen. And Nance kicks the ball. To the wing right side. Here's Nance. Goes back up. Chapman's shot is off.
Man,
They've
how did I
been
miss that?
sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Shoot,
Yeah, sensational is a really good word
we're gonna
for it,
take
Greg.
that. That's what
They're
I'm
tearing
talking
it up on
Go
the
ahead,
glass.
Shamrock. Go shoot, baby.
Here's Wells. And the dunk by Wells.
Wells is not easy to keep up with in transition because he has such excellent quickness in the open floor.
And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. Now, here's Lillard. From 13. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. He has 6.
And, you know, Kevin, they count on him to provide offense, and he knows how to fill it up.
Pass to Chapman. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take. And a quick look now at the NBA scoring leaders. Well, you look at the captain, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player. And, of course, C.J. McCollum.
Anytime these two guys are on the floor at the same time, you're just waiting for one of them to go off, if not both of them.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Smith is checked in. Jackson, he's checked in for the Lakers. And Tucker kicks to Beasley. Here's Zeller. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
I missed that fucking
You just
rebound,
hate
man.
to give up those second chance points.
Yeah, those are back crushers. I mean, they really crack your back when you give teams second shots like that.
Now here's Nance. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Lopez, a screen on Smith. Here's Jackson. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. For Los Angeles, they have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
Jackson hits both of them. Clark, a lot of former players at a specific instance when they knew they were special, the way they played the game of basketball. Did you ever have a moment like that where you realized that you could make it as a player?
Yeah, there was a time when that became more realistic to me, Kevin. And I grew up in Cleveland, and during the summers, a lot of the Cleveland Cavaliers would stay in the area and play pickup basketball to stay in shape. And I got a chance to bump heads with a lot of those guys, Jim Jones and the late Terry Furlow, Austin Carr, Bingo Smith, Mike Mitchell. And I was only 15, 16 years old. And while those guys were going at half speed, it gave me the encouragement that I might be able to get to where they were if I continued to work hard and stay healthy. So at 15 or 16, during one of those summers, I began to realize that I might have a chance to realize the dream of being an NBAer.
Now here's Jackson. Michael Beasley missing his last shot. Back to Jackson. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. And the Lakers lead by 20.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
Yeah, and they've come out strong. I mean, clearly, they've been the better team so far.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Tucker with the ball. Now guarded by Wells. Kicks to Smith. There's 21 seconds left in the first. Feeds to Zeller. Over Jackson.
I tell you, guys, no mismatches.
And he gets it back.
No mismatches.
And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Shot from free throw range, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And that's it for the first quarter in what's been a very lopsided game. Lakers ahead, running away with it. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And now a chance to hear from point guard Damian Lillard as he explains his stoic demeanor on the floor.
I was taught to, never let anybody see how you feel. I kind of just embraced it, for my entire life. Just, you wouldn't know if something was going on in my life or not, because as long as I'm taking care of business and doing what I need to be doing, that's all that matters.
I would say we probably shouldn't expect to see Lillard starring in any reality shows about his personal life.
Lillard is a young man who is all about taking care of business.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And guys, the Lakers are pretty much in control here.
I mean, a solid first quarter, especially looking at that plus turnover ratio.
Yeah, everything is sharp. I mean, nothing forced, precise passes, taking care of the ball. That's good stuff.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist out there with Ingram. Then there's the captain, and there's Jackson, and it's Lopez in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey guys, the captain in the last game against the Rockets was terrific. He had 49 points, and that was just the start of it. He wound up with a triple-double in what was quite a display for him. His numbers were off the charts. He was unguardable, and he knew it. And he took advantage of it. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, David. It was a performance that not many players are capable of.
I know I won't forget it for a while. And you have to think he'll keep it rolling here tonight. When you're that hot, it takes a while to cool down.
And you know what, Greg? I think defensively, they're going to be ready for him. They won't make things easy. Coming off a game like he just had, I mean, he's going to get a bunch of attention.
Now, here is Smith following the miss by Brook Lopez. 4 on the shot clock. A fadeaway. Here's Zeller. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Zeller's got his second bucket tonight.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Jackson kicks to Lopez. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts, and a chance for one more here.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And his average at the line stands at about 79% right now, so solid numbers in that department.
Here's Collins. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that. Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. Jackson against Smith. Jackson passes to Chapman. Lopez a screen. 6 to shoot. Now, Clark, we know one thing. You are a connoisseur of scoring in the post, which players, in your opinion, you love to watch go to work on the block.
I tell you, DeMarcus Cousins is really good down there. He's got all of the tricks, and he's got size and great footwork, pretty decent athleticism as well. Karl Anthony Towns, very proficient. But again, I go back to my man Zach Randolph. I mean, he's close to the ground. He's a lefty. And Zebo just gets it done in a way that I enjoy.
And he knocks down the first one. Towns, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Both free throws good from Chapman.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that, made them pay.
Pick by Zeller. Shot off the screen, but he stays with it. Back to Smith. Second shot opportunity. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Smith's got his first points in this one. Lakers leading by 21. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
come on, this is a big guy here, Towns. I mean, you got to foul him a lot harder than that to stop the shot. I mean, he's just too strong. Now he gets a chance to add one more at the line.
And, Clark, one thing you have to love about Towns is just how self-aware and humble he is. He's always looking to hone his game.
The Dominicans
Even
are
when
here.
he puts up a big night, he can look at the tape and find something that he's got to improve on.
The Dominicans are here.
His humility and his selflessness, being aware of what's going on, where he needs to get better, and that's part of why I think he's a leader on this team. He'll own his mistakes, and he also is owning his personal development and improvement. So the future's bright for this guy.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Now a timeout called by Portland.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they've got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
And a look here at the shot chart for Los Angeles.
And everything he's touched has turned to gold. If you are on defense, you have to make sure all 5 players know exactly where he is at all times, because if he gets a sliver of a look, he'll get it done.
Here's Smith. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Beasley scores for only the second time tonight. Now 2 for 6 from the field.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Towns, the screen. Jackson in the corner. Dishes it to Ingram. Clock is at 3. A second chance effort. Offensive rebound. And it's blocked. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And there's the feed to McCollum.
Oh, buddy.
And it's blocked by Chapman.
I'm all over that shit, B.
He kicks to Jackson. He feeds it to Towns. Back to Jackson. Passes it to Ingram. Over McCollum. That misses off the backboard. Trailblazers have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Jackson against Smith. Pass to Hart. Beasley for 3. And it's Beasley again missing.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Clearly a frustrating missed opportunity there. Perfect screen, got him the space he needed, but he bricked it.
And here is Los Angeles now. Michael Beasley missing on the 3. While we have a chance, here are the NBA's assist leaders for the second half of the season. Well, you look at the captain, one of the best passers in the NBA, always looking to get his teammates involved.
Wow, he's taken his passing to a whole new level. His court awareness has really improved as we've gotten deeper into the season.
That's good from Chapman. Damian Lillard's checked in for the Trailblazers. And then for Los Angeles, Julius Randle's checked in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And Ball subbed in for Jackson. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Looking at Los Angeles, they took the win in their last game against Houston.
You're going to win a lot of games when you can shoot the 3-ball the way they did in that one.
And, you know, you see teams relying on the 3-ball more and more nowadays. It's a big part of the game, and they made it rain out there in a big way.
Chapman the pass the ball. Now here's Ingram. He's guarded by McCollum. And it's Ingram missing. Portland's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Now here's McCollum. He's guarded closely. Beasley sets a screen for McCollum. He dishes it to Beasley. And it's Beasley finishing it off.
Extra on that one, fellas. Nobody's stopping that.
Not when he comes in there with that tomahawk. That's just too much force.
Tell you what, fellas, you cannot throw it down any harder than that. That was a rim rattler.
And here is Los Angeles now after the Trailblazers pick up 2. It's good. And that's 20 points for the captain.
Nice pass there. Towns with the intelligence to operate one step ahead
He
of the
definitely
defense
passed
there.
that without me knowing. This is like, whoa.
They've been struggling here on
Turn that into
offense.
something.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Beasley against Towns. Beasley can't get that one to fall.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Chapman the pass to ball. There's the pick. Clock at 6. Inside. It's stolen. McCollum outside. Lillard outside. A three-pointer off the mark.
Well, I think the defense got really lucky there. I mean, you can't afford to give up wide open shots from deep.
Randall dishes to Ingram. Randall kicks to Ingram. Stolen by McCollum. And he makes the bucket through contact and gets the whistle too.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Boy, like his intensity, Greg. He's not afraid to take it straight to the rack on the bigger defender. Right at it.
Swanigan, he's checked in for Beasley. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Wells is checked in.
I like the shiftiness of McCollum. I mean, it feels like he can get any shot he wants to. Very efficient as a guard.
Here's Towns, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. The Lakers have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them.
2 shots. Fuck a barbarian up. I'm over here yawning because this game boring, man.
2 shots.
First free throw is good.
And this is for a guy who didn't start in college. Towns, the #1 pick in the 2015 draft. He has not looked back since.
And Towns drops them both.
And didn't have a single free throw in that first quarter, but he started to play with a little bit more of an edge to his game here in the second.
Now, here's Lillard. 6 points for him. Here's the screen. Lets a floater go. It doesn't go for him. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Here's McCollum after the made shot from Karl Anthony Towns. Baseline jumper. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You a whacking ass boy, Randall. What's up with you, boy?
This one up. The Trailblazers have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department. 2 shots.
Whacking ass boy.
And that one falls to Collins. And so Collins nails both of them.
Getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect from the line so far here in the second quarter.
Now, here's Ball. A 14-point game for him in the win against Houston.
And then there was his passing. And when he wasn't scoring on his own, he was making plays for his teammates, and they just couldn't figure out how to defend him.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Here's Swanigan. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Clock at 6. Now the dish to Lillard. Bangs home the trifecta.
Lillard always looking to shoot from the outside. The D cannot give him daylight.
Now, here's ball. Covered by Lillard. Chapman the pass to Wells. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Wells has got 10 points.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at him. Show him you can shoot from outside all night long.
Now here's McCollum. He's got 6. There's the pick. Takes a shot at the elbow. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Randall's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And there's the pass to Chapman. Picked by Randall. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. That's tipped. Here's Towns. That's good. That evens things out. 50-50. 4 of 8 shooting this game.
Boy, after having a tough time in the first, he's managed to turn it around nicely this quarter.
Pass to Collins. Lillard outside. Kicks to Collins.
Still, y'all.
2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Here's Wells. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5 for 8 night shooting.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
And a pretty unorthodox slingshot shooting form for Lonzo Ball. Greg brings it up on the left side of his face.
Yeah, but he still got great balance, and the lower body mechanics are perfect. Good wrist action on the follow-through. Sometimes we get caught up so much in the motion to get to the shot. It's about the release point. And when you get there with this guy and the confidence with which he plays, I think it's a non-issue.
And the first one drops. And Portland making a change here. Tucker's checked in. And then for Los Angeles, Lopez comes in for Karl Anthony Towns. And Larry Nance is subbed in for Julius Randle. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Lakers have gone 8 of 15 since we began the second quarter. Excellent shooting. Chapman the pass to Lopez. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lillard.
Kevin, let's look at the Trailblazers to see how they're doing ranking-wise in the NBA.
He's so physical.
Their free throw shooting
he does not let me do what I
by
want to do.
some,
like
but it's
that.
kept them alive
Here,
in close games, and you definitely get confidence when you have the ability to convert on those opportunities.
That nigga David too slow for me though, Blake.
Really effective play calling halfway through this one.
Well, you know, you got to give them credit. I mean, they flipped the switch, and they're not looking back now.
A minute 20 left here in the second. Collins, a screen on Lopez.
Good steal.
They get a hand on it.
Good steal, Nance. Nice hands, Larry.
Ball with it. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Here's Hart, guarded by Chapman. Hart the pass to Lillard. Here's Swanigan. Passes it to Hart. Shot clock at 5. Will not go. This is off the front iron. The Lakers shooting 53% in the second quarter. Good ball movement, yielding good looks.
And he has his fingerprints all over this first half. He is just shooting it so efficiently.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Now here's Lillard. He's guarded closely.
Ooh, he went right past me. Give me that shit.
And that one clearly a foul.
Fuck you talking about, man? That wasn't no foul.
Lillard
Where?
is really a force of nature. I mean, an incredible talent who torches just about everybody with his scoring ability.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
Where? What is you talking about? I had to be cheating, huh, ref?
2 shots.
And And the first one at the line is good. And Los Angeles with some changes. Kid Gilchrist comes in for the captain. And it's Jackson in. And so the Los Angeles Lakers with a massive lead of 3 points here at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Hey, you have done a really good job finding other guys and creating for yourself. What are you seeing out there that allows you to do that?
You know, a lot of it is seeing what's available when we come down the floor and just, you know, making a decision from there. You know, I want to be able to punish them if they give me too much space, but, you know, as soon as they start focusing on me, then I can get the ball to an open man, and the team has done a great job of finishing the play so far, DA.
Trust is so big in this league. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. You know, the captain has been exceptional here, guys.
Man, through the first 2 quarters, he was extremely aggressive. Picked up a number of steals.
Yeah, a real game changer in that regard, too. I mean, his activity was great. Excelled at finding ways to come up with those steals.
The incredible pair of Lillard and McCollum are at the 1 and 2. Hart is out there with Swanigan, and it's Collins in at the center. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half. Lillard outside. 6 to shoot. Shoots over ball. And it's Lillard missing.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
I was really going to try to yoke on him, bro.
To the right side. They set the screen. Here's Hart. And the rejection by Towns.
Great timing on the block there. Towns helps affect winning in a lot of different ways.
No coverage that time. Ball's got 5 points so far.
And they've just been so comfortable at both ends of the floor. I mean, you'd almost think they're playing at home.
Yeah, and the confidence really at a high level. Very impressive. They feel like this game is theirs, dominating right now.
Excellent use of the screen that time. 14 points for Lillard.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at them. Show them you can shoot from outside all night long.
Ball kicks to Towns. Kick by Randall. Ball with a wide open look. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Here's Lillard. Got a hand on it.
Does not have a shot blocker's reach, but Randall makes up for it with excellent anticipation.
Feeds it to Towns. From 10 feet out, Randall. It's good on the putback. 6 points for him.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come
just
on the
outworking these
interior.
dudes, man.
This
My
is
big man
just
is
smash mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Here's Lillard. 14 points for him. Tipped away. Towns with the steal. Shoots it up. No good off the back of the rim.
This is by far like one of the best games I've ever played.
He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain neutral position.
Collins, a screen on Towns. Off the screen. A rebound by the Lakers. Chapman's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done.
It's just been a brutal outing for him. He still hasn't managed to make a shot, and the team is struggling because of it.
Dishes at the ball. Towns, a screen on Lillard. Layup off the bench. And it's laid in by Randall. Randall's got 8 points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Now here's McCollum, guarded by Chapman. Sees the alley-oop, rejected by Chapman. And now Randall pushing it up, and no one back to stop. Oh!
My goodness. In transition, Randall extremely mobile for a power forward.
Special thanks to Under Armour for that sweet.
I don't even want him to breathe.
Another unleash chaos moment. The feed to Collins. They set the pick. He kicks it to Lillard.
Everything, look, contact.
Wells with the steal. He feeds it to Randall. Whoops, they pick off the pass. And here comes the break. Here's Hart. Rejected by Chapman.
Me no think so.
Now here's Wells. He's guarded by McCollum, so he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Man, I like seeing Wells slice to the rack, using his quickness and putting the defense in a really hard spot. He's great at drawing fouls.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Lakers.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
Yeah, I think you also have to give them a lot of credit for how well they've risen up to meet shooters to challenge shots in this game. A lot of block shots tonight.
2 shots.
I got 6. Taylor's probably got 4 himself. You got like 3 steals. I got 3 steals.
And he knocks down.
Andre got like 3 steals.
Well, I love the heart that Wells brings to this team. He's a ferocious competitor, plays with a lot of emotion and confidence, and it's really clear he wants to win every game.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Zeller comes in for Collins. And it's Beasley in for Hart. The Lakers also with a sub. Ingram, he's checked in for the captain. Now here's Lillard. 14 points for him. Zeller setting the pick for Beasley. And he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot. Beasley's got 10 points.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Towns kicks the ball. Pass to Ingram. Now here's Ball. Tight defense on him.
Lonzo Ball, pretty impressive athlete. I mean, bouncing off the ground for that slam, impressive. You know, one of the undervalued parts of rebuilding is finding talented players of high character. And that's one more thing I like about Brandon Ingram. I mean, he's unselfish, a good teammate, and he accepts input from his coaches.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Teams deciding to change it up. Here's Tucker. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. We've got 1:23 left in the third quarter. Off the screen, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Very nice.
Pretty screen set for him that time, and he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one, that's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through it, and that's not legal.
Not bad. I'm just trying to get something, dog.
Trailblazers shooting 41% from the floor so far in the third. Now the pass to Swanigan. He dishes it to Collins. Plays it up and makes it in.
Stay there.
Collins has got his second.
I had faith in you, bro. You got all this energy and all that.
And Ingram very quiet, very reserved, but Clark, he embraced the go-to role in his freshman season at Duke.
Yeah, and with his work ethic, the sky's the limit for this young man. He's humble, but very confident in himself.
Just 5 to shoot. Rob. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
Fantastic speed on the break. Speed kill, showing no mercy in transition there, partner.
Pass to Chapman. There's the screen. Kid Gilchrist gets a screen from Chapman. 1 second left. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
And they make sure to get the last shot of the quarter there. Nicely done.
Yeah, excellent execution that time, partner. Don't want to give the opponent any time to get them back.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with a major 39-point lead here at the end of the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And let's listen to head coach Terry Stotts review the game plan with his guys.
Defensively, we got to give a little more pressure to their shots, all right? Make them make the second, third, fourth play.
That's Terry Stotts drawing the line defensively. So Portland ends up going with the new group. A big group substitution here for the Lakers. Julius Randle's checked in for Lopez. Nance comes in for Payne. The captain's checked in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And it's Marks in for David Nwaba. So the Lakers 5 right now. We've got the captain. Marks is out there with Jackson. And it's Nance. And it's Randle in at the 5, roaming the Payne. Now here's McCollum. He's tightly guarded. Beasley dishes to McCollum, and Tucker has it in the corner. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists tonight. Passes it to Marks. And Clark, the topic of the need for league parity is something that's come up the last few years. Is that necessary for a healthy NBA?
I don't think so, Kevin. I mean, you can have it both ways. You can have tremendous popularity and success when you have a dominant team or 2 or 3. And you can also have it when there's great competitive balance. Currently, we have a circumstance and situation where the league is top-heavy in terms of championship contenders. But that won't last forever. There will be a graduating back to a more competitive balance in time. So I think you enjoy the ride for what it is in the season and seasons that you have, whichever side of that coin you have.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Lakers.
The bench gave him a big lift in this game.
Hey, listen, Kevin, anytime your reserves can perform at a level that high, it puts you in an excellent position to win the game.
And the one thing that stood out about these guys all season long, their resiliency to come out and play hard and win games. We've watched some epic battles that they've played, and tonight will mark their 64th win in the year. Something else.
They were really smart in the use of that game plan tonight. Used it in their first 2 games against this team, which equaled to 2 wins.
Greg, if it ain't broke, why fix it? I mean, why change anything? Knowing how well they played in those 2 games, they probably couldn't wait for this one to wrap up the sweep of the season series.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for the captain.
He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
And the Lakers can just let the clock run down here. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking. Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Olden, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.
DJ, great game.
Thanks, Char. Am I blowing up?
You're trending. Oh, hey, we need to go do an interview with the guys in the studio. Let's go.
Let's get it, man.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
And welcome back to the studio here on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith in a moment to speak with our post-game guest who's standing by on headset near the locker rooms.
Hey, Shaq here. I love how you were able to take control of the game with your score. Was this a barbecue chicken alert kind of night?
Man, I was just finishing plays that the rest of the team was creating, and you know, when a team has the ball moving around and the offense is flowing like we had tonight, you know, anybody on the team can put up big numbers, and tonight I just happened to be that guy.
Barbecue chicken alert, Ernie. Back to you.
And that'll wrap things up. Thank you for joining us. For Shaq, for Kenny, for Kevin Harlan, for the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Five by five. Towns had 3 blocks and 2 steals. Wells had 3 steals. Wells had a steal. Just fucking smashing these niggas, man. That thing feels so good.
Hmm.